Back to the Kudlow Report. Now, here's another example of big government overreach that's got me outraged. Today, the EPA and Team Obama announced new regulations that would substantially cut carbon emissions from new power plants. What this means, it'll be impossible to build any new coal-fired power plants in the United States. That's about 1/4 of our electricity. And they're still negotiating carbon limits on existing plants, and they, too, may be put out of business. It's a total disaster. And my 2 cents real quick, in an economy struggling to recover, Obama is destroying the coal industry, destroying job creation. He is assaulting on all energy. And by the way, these global warming models are wrong. The data is fudged by left-wing academics. There hasn't even been a change in temperature in over 10 years. And scientists say that carbon's not even a pollutant. And it's insane to ruin an industry on fudge numbers, models that don't work, and academics who have lost their jobs. I am referring to East Anglia in Britain and Penn State here. It was a total catastrophic embarrassment. Bottom line, EPA, back off. Back off. Now, that's my take, but my next guest is going to totally disagree with me. So let's bring back the distinguished House member Peter Welch, Democrat from Vermont. Peter, you're great to do this jousting, and I appreciate it very much. But first of all, we're all worried about energy. We're all worried about the economy and jobs. And here's the EPA blundering through, and it's going to shut down the coal business, about 1/4 of our electric power.
Well, you know, the folks at American Electric Power disagree with you. They don't have any plans to build coal plants. This exemption is really a blank regulation because it's not going to affect existing coal plants. It doesn't affect the 24 power plants that are online. It only theoretically affects future plants, and the industry is not building coal plants. Why? Because natural gas is so much cheaper. So it's cheaper, cleaner. It complies with this regulation. So this is a regulation that's trying to catch up with industry.
But, Peter, now, we have more coal than Saudi Arabia has oil, and I don't agree with you. Existing plants are going to have to negotiate with the EPA. It is simply not the case. And I don't understand.
But
you
that's
got this guy,
round 2.
William Happer, the physicist from Princeton. He's in the Wall Street Journal today. No temperature increase in over 10 years. The models have never worked. Those guys from East Anglia and Penn State that the UN Climate Commission relied on, proven wrong. What are we doing here? We're jousting at something that doesn't exist.
You're arguing global warming. And
I am.
If that's right. But this is a regulation. And I don't want to see your blood pressure go up too high about a regulation that doesn't have any impact on what you fear. This regulation literally does nothing that the industry isn't already doing, because natural gas is cheaper. People are using less electricity, and the cost of coal has been rising. It's not because of this regulation. We have an incredible abundance of natural gas here. The market has taken advantage of it, so it's cheaper. The industry is moving towards natural gas. Now, if some coal plant wants to produce, and as I say, American Electric Power is saying that, hey, we don't have plans to do that for economic reasons, not just environmental, and not because of the regulations.
I agree that natural gas fracking, I think that's a miracle. Prices are down. You're right. But you've got coal that's still supplying about 1/4 of our electric power. You can't tell me that hundreds of thousands of jobs will not be lost by shutting down these plants. Coal is a huge industry. We are not going to evaporate coal. We cannot eviscerate coal and have no negative consequences.
If you were talking about shutting down existing coal plants, you might have an argument, because obviously if you shut the plants down and they depend on coal, then the folks doing the coal mining are not going to have a job. But this regulation is about future plants, and there are no, and it doesn't affect existing plants.
No, it will. It will, Peter. The news report said that they're in negotiations right now on the existing plants, and the way the EPA is going is they're going to price them out of the market for carbon that may not even be a pollutant.
And I will concede that you have a reason to be apprehensive about what the regulations will be with respect to existing coal plants. But this regulation here has no impact at all on those existing coal plants.
Well, it's coming down the road, and I'm just using it as a leading indicator. And I thought we wanted to strengthen coal in the future, not shut it down.
Well, the coal industry is trying to do carbon capture and sequestration. They've got 2 plants where they're in development. If that works, that'll obviously be good for the industry and good for the environment.
Trouble is, none of those guys think they can afford it, and they can't raise Wall Street capital. Peter, we're out of time. You're great to come and joust with me. You're a great sport. I appreciate it, even though I totally disagree with you. Peter Welch, Congressman from Vermont. We appreciate it very much. Now, folks,